Alright. Hello, my amazing people, my spellslingers, my humdingers, my wonderful, wonderful people. Welcome on in. I'm your Shadow VTuber Spells, and I'm joined today with... Echo.
Oh, hi! Sorry. My bad. I was attempting to get visuals, and then I just heard an echo. And I was like, well, that's... No! This is helpful! That's fine. I can figure this out.
Do you have, like, me in your ear in Discord and also the stream up?
Yes.
Yeah, that would do it. You have to mute the tab.
Yeah, you know what the problem is? Is that I was on my phone and YouTube's, oh, good God. YouTube's mobile, app sucks shit. It's terrible. They added, pop-ups and now everything has fallen apart.
Gross. Oh, yeah, no, that's disgusting.
Yeah, no, they, predatory practices of mega conglomerate corporations that have removed the do no evil signs in their offices. Jesus Christ, Diesel, thank you for letting me know. I don't know what he's alerting me to.
The fact that we're live?
Apparently. Yes, exactly.
Yeah! Sunny rated us. Hi! Okay.
Oh, hi, Sunny!
Well, come on in, Sunny. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you. Welcome, everybody, for... Welcome, Sunny, and all the raiders. Hi, everybody. I literally just started streaming. Sunny raid, the cute has arrived. Yes, the adorableness. And I got it added to me. Oh, no! Oh, no! The raiders raided during the ad. Like, I have the ads.
No!
Yeah, so, like, the ads run every, like, half hour, and then it takes away ads for everybody. And they raided during the ad, so we have to wait for the ad to like finish so that I can say hi to the raiders. They missed my can.
Oh no!
Hi, I'm new. No,
can.
you're not new. You're not new. Oh, it looks like the ad break is finishing though. Have the raiders? Are the raiders out of the break? Are the raiders here?
I have the last 4 seconds left of mine, but that's because I just. I switched over to Twitch. So,
okay. Okay, alright, yeah.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah, I know. You're not new. You're not new. You literally do this every time you come in. Not new. Not new. Super duper not new. Definitely not new.
I'm fairly certain I recognize this entire bit.
But yes, welcome on in, Sunny. Hi, y'all should be out of, who even are you? That's a great question, you know. That's something that we ask ourselves every day. You know, we want to learn who we are and get to know ourselves so that we can become better people.
And if you don't ask yourself that question, you probably should. Even if the answer is just, oh, yeah, I am Mike. At least then you're self-aware.
Yeah, right.
It's a good grounding exercise.
Yeah. I just found your stream in my recommendation. See, first time watcher. See, I know that's a lie because Twitch doesn't recommend shit. Twitch's algorithm is absolutely broken. It has no recommendation. It does not find like channels very well at all. So that is a complete and total lie.
Isn't it crazy that like you'd think technological advances would have, you know, continued to increase in some way, shape, or form, but because of greedy bastards, it's actually gone backwards.
Yeah,
Google
I know,
used to be good at its job.
Ugh. Now it's trying to push AI. Good at its
job. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's because they're pushing that.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a problem for a while, but like it's even more of a problem now.
Yeah, like at least it like used to be. Oh, it's just the tech can't keep up. Well, okay, no, not when it comes to anything recommendations wise. It's just always been garbage. But like for the majority of it, it's like, oh yeah, the tech just can't, you know, can't keep up, or you know, it's too much data to go through, or whatever. And then it's just like, and No, they purposely make their shit worse so that you love them again when they just reinstate old stuff.
Yeah, and then make you pay for it. But there's for some reason for some reason though, YouTube has been recommending videos to me that are like, they have to be at least like 6 years old. It's not recommending anything new to me.
You know, it's very fascinating. YouTube's recommended are like this really weird sweet spot of wonderful and terrible all at the same time. There are several things, well, it also depends on what the particular thing. YouTube has recommended me some great anti-racism stuff in the past, 6 months or something that felt incredibly appropriate, and they were 6 years old. People's personal life experiences of, hey, this is how I, almost was trapped by the alt-right,
right,
incredibly racist side of the internet. It's like, oh, that's weirdly appropriate for nowadays. Continue. Please, YouTube. The one thing you're doing right. Please continue.
It recommended. Glitch. Glitch has a new show that just came out. So I saw the first episode of that, which was really cool. And then YouTube recommended me the original version of it, because the original version I came out like 12 years ago.
Yep.
And it definitely looks like it came out 12 years ago.
I need to go through and rewatch it, because I think that first pilot is kind of what was used for the trailer for the actual official show, and then is what I think so, and I think that's what Gobbles, the Barney-esque. I think that's his original world, and then they took the premise of that and used it for the trailer, and then that's why he's a new character in the full episode.
No, he's in the original.
Yeah. I'm assuming they
it starts with Gobbles.
Oh, fun!
Yeah. He doesn't look like he looks very different, but yeah. Point is that recommendations are weird. Also, hi Raiders. I'm gonna give y'all a hi now that you can actually hear me. Because y'all came in and then immediately got hit with an ad. But hi Raiders, everyone go say hi to Sunny. Go give Sunny some love. And Sunny, I hope you had a good stream if you're still around. But yes. Sorry, I wanted to say hi to the Raiders.
No, you're good. You do in fact still need to stream.
Yes.
Cut in anytime. I get to just enjoy being the sidekick.
Yeah. No, part of today's stream is entirely because I wanted to show you what I built, and I promised that I would show it to you when I'm feeling good. And also part of it is that I have been so sick as of late. I don't know when I'm having a good day. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not stuck into bed today. Let's just stream just in case I can't do that tomorrow. So
no, that's so valid.
Yeah. So that's why today's stream is occurring today, because I wanted to show you my completed casita, and then I also wanted to do a stream.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, I'm so excited. It's taken me weeks. I still technically have to do the outside of the casita, but that's not actually the house itself. That's just decorating around the house.
Yeah.
But the house itself is totally done, and I'm so happy with that. And so I want to show y'all what I've been doing in Pokopia. And also I'm just straight up tired, so I didn't have the energy for Zelda. Because I took the puppy on a walk.
Yay! Oh, the puppy's so happy, I'm sure.
She is. Oh my gosh, she had such a good time at the park. But yeah, she's a very, very happy pup. Oh my gosh, you're huge.
I totally forgot I need to figure out more about what's it called? The little PNG buddy.
Here, you can be.
Oh,
right
thank
here.
you.
Yeah, you can be my little buddy today. But
Oh, yay!
I forgot that the Fuji was still on and that you have the Fuji. By the way, everyone, this is Echo. Echo joins us for the Sunday the occasional Sunday streams where we do buying time. So but we're not doing buying time today. We're just having fun today. Hello, person.
Because you just enjoy being a ditto.
Yes.
Oh, I should have put my ditto in this. The Fuji. That's the word I had been looking for.
You can go do that. You can go switch it right now. I'm sleeping in the wrong bed. The game put me in the wrong bed.
Your ditto's like, this is the comfy one.
Apparently,
This is the one I
apparently
want.
this is the one that I'm sleeping in now. Anyways, everyone, welcome to my casita, and I call it that because I was what's the word? I was inspired. Yeah. I was inspired by the casita from Encanto. So, because I was like, oh man, I want to live in a house with all the evolutions, but that's gonna be like a giant mansion. And there were all these really, really cool builds. Like I saw, like someone did a dollhouse version, which was super cool. So it looks like a giant dollhouse, and each room in the house is for a different evolution. I was trying to figure, and I was like, that's cool, but I don't want to do that because I want to have like actual rooms, you know?
Yeah.
And some people, I saw some people do like little row houses, so each evolution gets their own house. And I decided I'm going to do my own casita. So it's not like a recreation, it's just inspired. But we're currently in my room. I moved out of the storeroom because for the entirety of this build, I've been living in the storeroom. Which you saw before. You have seen. In fact, I've shown that room too on stream before. But this is now officially. Oh, okay. Apparently, I just popped through that. Yeah, this is so you've been Mirabelle. Yeah, I've been Mirabelle like this whole time. But now this is officially my room. And I decided to make it like just. Also, I live with Smearguru. I decided to just give up. Smearguru's been my roommate this entire time as well because I wanted easy access to painting. And I've decided that Smearguru's just gonna live with me now. So we share this room together. And this is supposed to be Smearguru's bed.
Smearguru has been your friend for ages, just
yeah.
In general.
But this room is decorated to my tastes. And so we've got like little Mewtwo stand right there, and you know, let me close this. Also, I got this landscape painting was really hard to get. We've got I did the Bulbasaur the Bulbasaur challenge, and so I have a Bulbasaur trophy because I actually got, you only need to get over 50, but I got over 100 by the time the jump rope challenge was done. And I've got a couple of paintings over here, some photos that I've taken. And obviously I need an Arcanine doll and Umbreon's cookies because why not? This is what I got because I have completed the Pokedex. I found each and every Pokemon. I have all of the badges. Obviously I'm a gamer, so I needed a gamer set. And a map of Kanto. But yeah, I put like, also this. Which is just really cool that I got from the developer island. And I think I stuck a lucky egg back here as well. Just because. Should we go left or right? Oh, and I made it so that I can leave via a window if I have to. Oh, yes, left or right?
Nice.
Which way do we want to go?
Let's go left.
All right, let's go left.
Yes. Sorry, I'm attempting to deal with the fact that I've forgotten my Discord actual password.
Uh-oh. What is going on over there? Mewtwo and Metagross and Snorlax. There's like a meeting at the trash can. going on.
It's just
And
an
it looks like
ominous
Mewtwo's
death cult.
running it. I'm a little concerned. Okay.
Fair enough.
Well-
it is Mew, so like, you know, Mewtwo. Therefore, yeah, you should be concerned.
All right, it looks like the meeting's split up. Although this is the next room I need to get into, and this guy is breaking in my way. Okay, let's see if I can get in this way. Yeah, let me get through. Yay! So this is Flareon's room. Like I said, every Eeveelution got their own room, and I decided Flareon's a bit of a rocker, so
Hell yeah.
yeah. And the other thing too is I hid each of because in order to summon the Eeveelutions, they each have their own like special food, and so I put their food in all of the Eeveelutions' rooms. But naturally, you know, we got Moltres sheets and a Charizard. Oh, whatchamacallit's a Charizard rug.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
It looks so good.
I've also sorted, I've sorted these into, on the left side is the original Eeveelutions plus Umbreon, and on the right side is the latter Eeveelutions plus Espeon. And I put them in order of Pokemon that I liked. So, but the thing is because I was originally living on the other side of the house, I put the Pokemon that I liked closest to where I was originally living. So now I'm living next to one of my least favorite ever Eeveelutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just how it goes.
Yeah. Can you guess who lives in this one?
Oh dear God. Well, I would say probably Jolteon. I do still remember.
Yes, it is Jolteon. We get to play guess the Eeveelutions. Maybe I should do it that way instead of being like, yes, it's this is the Eeveelution that lives here. Maybe I should just have you guess them.
I mean, fuck yeah, go for it.
Why is there no picture in there? That needs to change. We're gonna change that real quick to yeah. I don't know who. Here, you can have a picture of Pikachu. There we go. Yes, everyone who lives on the second floor is either me, Smearguru, or an Eeveelution. Downstairs is devoted to the Pokemon that are my favorite of what is available. Because there's only like 304 of the nearly 1,000. So... Alright, here's the next room. For some reason, these keep resetting, and I don't know why. I love that this actually works. I love that this is functional. But yes, can you guess as to whose room this is?
Why am I still signed in if I don't know my password?
I have no idea.
Changed? I mean, I know why my password changed. Why won't you let me? Clearly I don't remember my old password.
Why are you trying to get in?
Because to get into reactives. You gotta go through Discord.
Okay, okay.
So,
well, do you want to take a guess as to who lives here? As the answer just waltzes through the door.
The incredibly wonderful mermaid.
Yes. This is Vaporeon, who's my favorite of the Eeveelutions, of the original 3 at least. But it's like
Vaporeon has a very cool design.
Yeah, no, Vaporeon's got a really good design, and is also just generally a really good Pokemon. Like, Vaporeon is a wall. So if you've got Vaporeon on your team, it's a pretty decent...
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I very much was the child that, I sometimes would see the Pokemon cards until we got Emerald, several years late. But I never thought about the actual.
Actually, I realize asking you to guess who lives here is kind of useless because the game tells you.
Oh, good old Umbreon. Oh, that is very funny. I mean, you should absolutely keep doing it because quite clearly I was not paying attention. I mean, in case you didn't know, I wasn't paying attention earlier and was guessing, so.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, weird. I don't know why they're doing this, but for some reason, the Pokemon who are selling items, like to stand back here and not over here where they're supposed to? And I don't know why. But
I guess, you know, they're just like, I can't be trapped behind a cash register. You know?
Yes. Alright, so here's the next Pokemon. You want to try to give it a guess?
Oh, it is... It's, oh, good God. It's... The Psychic type one.
Yes, Espeon.
Thank you. I was really having trouble there. So I was like, okay, I know it's not... You know, some days how your brain gets really tired so you don't think about, like, the full names. Also, genuinely, Umbreon was, like, the one that usually caught most of my interest.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are shortened. Well, you have the Psychic type one, which is fun, and very cat-like, but, you know.
Yeah,
then there's a trans one, and then there's everything else is just its vague element. Thankfully, the Eon really helped do a lot of the heavy lifting, trying to remember names.
Yes.
Like Leafeon.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you know, this room's a little hard to tell as to who potentially lives here. It's really just I made it quite difficult for this particular room.
You know, sometimes you gotta just give everybody a challenge, you know?
Yup. Then here we've got this one. I'm actually kind of proud of how this one turned out. It was really, really hard to get right, but I'm kind of proud of it.
God, that's beautiful.
So do you think you know?
Well, the Glaceon.
Yes.
They don't have any particular, like, crystallized, you know, fancies, so...
Yeah.
Do they even have an earth? Like a rock?
No, there's not one. Do I even need to go into this one for you to guess?
You know what, if I don't, something's mentally incredibly wrong with me, and you might need to call a doctor. Holy shit, all I can think of is the trans one now.
I mean, clearly I thought so as well. Look, there's even a trans cake.
Oh, that's so fun, so cute.
Yeah. Also, a little detail for my room is that I put the NB flag on the back of my room.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
And then, do we want to go down or up?
Let's stay up and just finish top floor first, so that we're not feeling too loopy.
Okay. All right.
I mean, unless, I forgot that there's like a top floor. I mean, yeah, let's keep going. You're already up here.
Yeah, I mean, you said top floor, so I went top floor. Yeah, this is where I used to live. I made the doors bigger. But, it's the storeroom.
It's very nice.
And so now it's completely the storeroom. I made it bigger because some of the Pokemon can't fit through the smaller doors. Eevee, you just, I was gonna ask if they could guess, but you just gave it away. Yes, here's Eevee's room.
Eevee's got just such a nice, like that fireplace, man. Truly proper for like the genetic queen bloodline.
For some reason, Eevee likes fire and warm environments. So, and stone things.
I mean, honestly, that's so valid.
Yeah. But, you can see out into the rooftop. But I figured Eevee deserved, like, a big room. But yeah, some of the Pokemon can only fit through this door, so I wanted to make sure everyone had access to the roof. And I am so proud of how this came out up here. I'm really happy with it. Because, like, I had this idea and I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, and it did. And I'm happy. Look, I even got a cute little playground area on it.
Hello, I'm back. Sorry.
Hi, welcome back.
I finally figured out some of my Discord shit. I figured able to get in with my own password in case I got logged out.
Nice.
So I am. There we go. We're good. We're back. I'm alive.
Welcome back.
I've made it back. Okay. Well, now I should also be able to get into reactive and add that.
Yes.
Hopefully. Oh. I'm so technologically inept.
You've got this. You've got this. I believe in you.
Thank you. Most people have a very difficult time believing I'm almost 30. And by that I mean 29. I should probably wait to say almost 30 till I am, in fact, like, closer to 30.
29's close enough.
I mean, I round up.
I mean, I accidentally told somebody the other day I was 35 and I'm only 34. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you turn... No, because you turned 34 this year, right?
No, I turned 35 this year. Yeah, but not until the end of the year.
Yeah, there's like 4.5 years between us. I very much authorized. Yes.
While you're doing that, I also just want to say that I decided to move because I love the Rowlet line, and the Rowlet line is in here. So I moved the Rowlet line to the rooftop.
That's the perfect place for the Rowlet line.
Yeah. So they live on this on the roof up here. This little roof garden.
That's very cute. And I love a good roof garden. Oh my god, do I love a roof garden. There is something about being up high.
It is really nice.
But, like, not too high. It's fantastic.
Yeah. But I was so worried how this would end up looking and turning out, and I'm actually, like, really, really happy with how it turned out. Oh, there's Mewtwo. Hi, Mewtwo. Are you done conspiring, my dude?
It's Mewtwo. It's literally no.
Alright, well, we can go downstairs then, because those are the top 2 floors. Hi, you're in the way. You're in the way! And I haven't gotten this yet, so. I love that this works! I'm so happy that it works. And I also made this cute little nook. Like, originally I was gonna leave this whole area, like, just bare, but it ended up looking a little too empty. And I needed somewhere to put the Dragonite plush. The Dragonite plush is huge. Like
oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, I have all the plushes like scattered and hidden throughout this, throughout the house, so that, like, cause here's Eevee's plush up here. Pikachu's plush is in Jolteon's room. The Ditto plush is right over here, towards the entrance. So I've put the plushes all around. And I was like, that Dragonair plush is huge though. Yeah, Arcanine's is in my room.
Nice. Okay,
yeah.
I should be way less distracted now. I have made it back.
Oh, welcome back.
Hello! I have my little character.
Yes.
There we go. I will eventually do more with that because that seems like very fun. But I would like to actually be engaged.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, I love a good hidey corner.
Yeah, no, the Sableye event just wrapped up, and I needed to get the Pokedex entry for Sableye's, like, habitat, so I put it over here, and then I just moved Sableye into this corner.
Oh, fuck. You know what? Sableye absolutely seems like the type of creature to be like, give me a plant, give me some kind of tiny little decoration over my head, and this is perfect.
Yes. And then I also moved Porygon Z into here. So Porygon Z lives here in the office.
It's a lab! Oh, my goodness.
Is.
Very fun. I'm going to let you know right now, I am currently watching the Untold Story of Pressure ad.
Okay.
Glad to see Brendan Fraser's back in action. Don't know how I feel that it's a military ad. Oh, it's just a minute full of ads.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it's a film about D-Day, so it. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm glad to see Brendan Fraser's getting back into acting. I know he had health problems for a while.
I honestly know nothing about this. This is something that I'm completely unaware of. I need to put something on here.
Brendan Fraser or whatever's happening on screen? Because right now I'm seeing Aspen Dental, so like if you're getting...
well, I mean both. I don't see what you're seeing because it doesn't show me ads.
You know, someday it will, and we'll all be incredibly angry when it does. But sorry, Brendan Fraser. I mean, my family grew up mostly, I'm gonna be super real, on the Looney Tunes movie back from 2004 that he was in. Looney Tunes Back in Action. The new Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie gives very much the same vibes. I'm free! I've survived the commercials. But then also, like, when we were old enough, The Mummy, you know, yes. Not saying you have to be super old to enjoy it, but A, I was a arachnophobe, and B, when it came out, I was 2, so there was going to be a bit of a time gap.
Yes.
But yeah, he was in a bunch of stuff, and then he wasn't, and then it was kind of like, oh, okay. It's a little bit like Eddie Murphy, a couple of other ones, health issues, you know, family health issues.
Yeah.
I think it was Eddie Murphy's thing. He had a brother that had cancer, question mark?
Lucario, this is not your room. Lucario, this is not your bath.
Lucario is absolutely the type of anime protagonist who would have to spend time under a waterfall. Do you blame him for coming in here? This is a martial artist's dream.
No, I can blame him. I can blame him a lot. You want to know why I can blame him? Because one, his room is right over here. It's got plenty of stuff. It's got like workout stuff. He lives here with Riolu, you know? Also, there's another Arcanine plush over here. But two, you want to see the reason why I can blame him? Is because if he comes over here, you know, goes through the dining room, and then into the bathroom, right? Hi, Mew. Mew is adorable, and I love this little pink blob.
Mew has always been adorable.
Yes. But if he wanted to, there's one right here! He doesn't need to go into Dragonair's room and steal their hot spring because there's one right here.
You know, again, it's not a waterfall though. That's the thing. You gotta do like the standing under the waterfall as like you
right here.
mentally center yourself.
Right here, literally right there.
Well, that's too tiny a waterfall.
All right, how about this one?
Okay, no, those are far more appropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So no, Lucario...
Maybe he's in there to charge the crystals. I was thinking jokes about JO crystals, and I didn't know how far I wanted to go down that rabbit hole.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, so this is...
I mean, it's not good or bad. There's just a joke about jack-off crystals, that you put power into a crystal by jacking off near it. I don't know. It's some weird, like, dude bro version of the fancy mysticism rocks that white girls use sometimes.
Nope, we're not gonna go any farther down that.
No, you know what I mean though? Like, it's like the weird, oh, you're, okay, yeah, no.
Nope, changing topics. So this is Dragonair's room. Lucario and Riolu's room is over here.
Fair enough.
Look, I got TOS I have to worry about.
Oh, no, that's fair.
Can this go down?
I wasn't going to go into detail, but that's fair.
Oh, that pops up. That's cool.
Gengar!
Gengar!
That's so cute.
And this is Mimikyu's room.
This is absolutely appropriate for Gengar goes with Mimikyu, like Ash goes with Pikachu.
Yes. Yes. And then
truly
if we
perfect.
Go in here. This is where Arcanine and Growlithe live. And then
yeah, that feels appropriate.
Yes, here's the kitchen. And then I don't actually like Chef Dante, but if I cook with Chef Dante, I get extra buffs. So, I moved Chef Dante in here purely so that I could cook with the Pokemon.
I was gonna say, is it the aesthetics that throw you off, or just gives off creepy dude vibes?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. You know, honestly, probably a little bit supposed to be of both. Well, specifically the, aesthetics being a really fancy, slightly creepy chef.
But that is,
They succeeded. If that was the case, if not, then oh boy howdy do I have news for them.
I know, right? But yes, that is my completed Casita. And I'm so happy.
Cute.
It's
oh my
cute.
god, it's perfect.
I know. Like I said, I still have to do a little bit of decorating on the outside, but also clearly I have done some decorating on the outside.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy it's done. This took me weeks.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you have any plans for afterwards? Once you finish doing decoration stuff?
Well, my next thing is that this is a prefab that I want to like spruce up and make look better.
Fair enough.
So I have to fix this up. Then
is that my little ice cream truck boy's house?
Yes.
I love him. He should not be as cute as he is. I never gave a damn before this game about this particular creature, but the fact that his noise is just the ice cream truck, like jingle, just makes me unbearably happy, and I couldn't tell you why. Also, they made the mouth make sense.
Yeah. I do want to put like
That's
a
really
spooky house right over here.
That's incredibly appropriate for that particular area.
Yeah. I need to decorate up
It's
there a
also
little
just-
bit.
I was gonna say it's also just shaded. Yeah, I can see why it is currently under the, why it currently looks like the sun's blocked out.
Because the sun is blocked out.
Ah, yes. At least you don't have to worry about lighting the whole place up with torches. That's where my brain went.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure
Yeah.
the mobs don't spawn.
I do also have to make sure that, do I want to get the rare Pokemetal? I'm gonna grab rare Pokemetal just because it's rare Pokemetal.
That's understandable.
Yes. But I do have the, like, I do have to find all my generators that I have hidden around here and remove them and put a bunch more of these around. And then the other thing that I need...
Are they connectors? What are the things you're replacing the generators with?
So I have a bunch of mini generators that are just hidden all over the place. And they help supply the town with power, but the problem is that I learned that you can only have like 60 total generators. And the game doesn't care if your generator is a windmill, one of the big fire generators, or the mini generator. It caps you at 60.
So then you gotta be clever about the ways that you...
And the mini generators only supply 5 items with power, whereas the big furnaces supply 30.
That is incredibly cool. Sorry, my brain just went into full, get excited over the idea of, not economics, but specifically, city planning-esque sort of things that I can't think of the technical term for at the moment.
The other thing I need to work on, too, is I gotta decorate this Altar of Fires, area. Because I started.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
You've done a good job.
Thank you.
But fair enough.
Yeah, excavating this whole thing was a pain. And then not only did I have to excavate it, I then had to make it look natural.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because this was a box.
That's part of the fun. Getting to, like, take everything out and then put things back in. It's a little bit like when you... doing like historical restoration stuff, if you have to make things look weathered, sometimes you gotta make it all brand new and then gently tap things with a hammer in a way that won't break them but will make them look like they've had the shit beat out of them.
Yes. But yeah, so I have to decorate this. This is another big project that I started and then I put on hold to focus on the Casita. Because I really wanted to get the Casita done.
It is important. Ah! Sorry. Scared the shit out of me. Diesel noticed that I was, in fact...
Oh, wait.
Near enough the door, apparently.
Okay. But yes, I do have to, I have to work on this area. So there's a lot that I still need to do. Like the Casita being done is just, I have a lot that I gotta do. I also have to go make a town over there because I want to do a little seaside town. Or yeah. For the industrial plant over there. And then just, there's a lot that needs to get done. There's so much. Whoa, hello. Oh!
Sorry, I'm gonna try to protect your poor everything. Yes, buddy, yes, thank you.
Okay,
I'll you go outside so you can pee. I don't know if, I don't know if you can, I don't know if my parents are taking a nap or not. Yeah, I would have been incredibly surprised if Discord decided that a noise would cancel out. Shush! I'm busy, I'm trying. Give me like 3 seconds, buddy.
No breath for you. You have to do it right now. He's demanding.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's not always too bad, but he lets you know. He has volume control issues, which is something I've been working with him on, and is incredibly ironic. But I don't think I reach 90 decibels on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And my skull was certainly not made and shaped to withstand that kind of force. His was. He can close his own ears. Fucker.
I mean, he ain't nothing but a
for
hound dog.
environments in this game. It's so true. So true. Rubber. I was gonna say rubbernecking, but I don't know if rubbernecking is part of that song or if that's a different Elvis song.
I think that's a different Elvis song.
I was gonna say I think it's a different Elvis song.
Yeah, cause it's goes, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, barking all the time.
Yeah, and then the rubbernecking.
I don't recognize rubbernecking, but I also don't know the whole song, so.
Yeah, we had a 4-H camp one time back when I was like at 14, probably, and it was Elvis themed. I was a counselor for just a group of, baby 4-Hers. And essentially we just had to teach them dance moves that they would do in front of the whole group of maybe 100 people. Despite it being Washington, D.C., the agricultural area was fairly empty.
Okay. Where do I want to go? Oh, we should do a Cloud Island. What Cloud Island should we do today?
Ooh, hell yeah. We can always do it random. I'm always down for random.
We could do it random. So I need to find the Ditto doll or the substitute doll.
You know your inventory better than I do.
Well,
that may not be much.
Oh. Yes, look at that. The substitute doll is in the dining room, and the Ditto doll is right by the front door.
Oh.
Yeah. So we can use either. They're both easy to get to. So what do you think? Ditto or substitute?
Whichever one you stumble upon first. If it's
gonna be Ditto because it's right here.
Ditto. Then hell yeah, go for it.
Maybe I want to go let me go put some stuff away before I go into the Cloud Island because it's gonna be.
You're gonna need that inventory space.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna pee real quick while I get the dog back in.
Fair. Wait, why can I not say hi to Ditto doll? Ditto doll is like right there. Hello? I can't interact with it. Wait, can I interact with the substitute then? The substitute's right there. Hi.
Was it, you just used it recently?
No, it's just like, it won't say hi.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh, apparently I can't go say hi to the substitute doll either.
Oh. Have you... When they do
That's
daily
so
stuff,
weird.
it's like physical actual days, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a Ditto doll right there that's on the ground. I'm so glad I have multiple Ditto dolls around.
That's always wonderful when you're like, well, I guess I ran out of juice on this one. We'll go and do this one then.
It does make it convenient, though, that I've put, like, a billion dolls everywhere.
Oh, I'm sure. Not only is it is my favorite form of everything. Functional and fashionable.
Yes. Oh, hey, we got, it's either it's Arcanine's. We got Arcanine's Island.
Hell yeah. Alright. Oh, now I go back out to the beast. I shall be back in a moment.
Let's see. I need mushroom. Oh, wait. I have to go grab this. Do I want this? No, I don't want that. I do want these. They make excellent decorating water. Oh, I forgot to give everyone the question of the day. I've just been sitting here jabbing away. I forgot to give everyone the question of the day. There, question of the day for everyone. So that when Echo comes back, I can give answers. Because Echo and I were talking about this question for ages, and we're like, well, what do we want to do? I don't need it. I don't need it. I just need to remind myself that I super duper do not need it. Definitely super duper don't need it.
Are you sure? Are you 1000% sure?
Yes, I have like a bunch of stacks of them. And the thing is with the Stardust is that the Stardust when you get it is that you use it to get Pokemon from other islands. But because
multiplayer.
Yeah. It's a multiplayer thing. So basically if you go visit someone's island and they've got a Pokemon and you're like, I want that Pokemon, I don't know how to get that Pokemon. You talk to them, tell them to come visit you, and then they'll like in a couple of days they'll come visit you, and when they do, then you can use the Stardust to make, it's 99 Stardust to make 1 star piece. And then you can ask them to join you. But the thing is I've completed the Pokedex. So...
Oh, so you've gotten everybody. You don't need...
Yeah, I super don't need it.
I was gonna say, you almost certainly can't do doubles of any of them either, so it literally just wouldn't work.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can it be used as decoration?
In a frame? I might want to grab... I think I want to grab these. Like, I don't need... I'm super endgame, so I don't need the iron. I don't need... I don't need the gold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because at this point in time,
fair enough.
God, I have the Minecraft
buttloads
problem.
upon buttloads.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the Minecraft problem. Yes. Both a wonder and a curse.
Yeah. So I don't need to get the stuff because I've already got it.
Nice.
I did discover, much to my upset though, because there are these in this game. There are square bushes, and as far as I can tell, the square bushes aren't something that you can just like make. There's no recipe for them, and I'm so upset about this fact.
Interesting. So you really gotta like make sure you grab them when you find them.
Yeah, because I really like the square bushes, and so I was waiting to decorate this one area until I got square bushes, and then but I have most of the recipes in the game, and as far as I can tell, square bushes is not a recipe. So I was like, no.
That is a bummer. Absolutely. Yeah. I totally thought it said evangelical pillar.
No, extravagant pillar, not evangelical.
Yeah. No, my brain. I had a bit of my brain kind of glitched for a second.
Yeah, clearly.
Like, that's probably just because it happens to look like a mini like Dracula shrine, but like my brain just like.
There's a part of me that wants to take the stained glass, and I keep having to remind myself that no, I don't need to take the stained glass, because I know how to make the stained glass. And I have plenty of materials, so I don't need to take the stained glass.
But taking the stained glass is so much fun.
But then it's just going to sit there in my inventory.
No, that's so valid. Genuinely, yeah, like, don't hog the resources, as they say. They don't, they should.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you can hog the resources in this case, because the resources are, like,
Apologies.
No, you're fine. Because the resources are on an island that only exists for the day, like once the day ends, this island stops existing.
Yeah, this is... When I say they should say that, I'm just thinking about the current state of the actual IRL world. A slight morbidity of the life of existing. But it's really nice to not have to worry about that problem.
I know, right?
Especially in games. Yeah.
I mean, I think I will take the slight existential horror of this is where Driftloom takes kidnapped children if it means that I can have unlimited resources.
Yeah, no. Like, at least with Driftloom, it is just, like, that is the creature's nature. It is, like, it sucks, but also it's like a parasite. Like, you're not gonna blame a parasite for being a parasite. It's when a creature that is not supposed to be a parasite, aka your own species, is being parasitic, that's when there's a problem.
Well, actually, you would be surprised. There are some animals that, like, do parasitize their own species, or at least go after, or at least similarly related species, like the fireflies. There are species of fireflies that eat other fireflies, and they're actually really rude about it.
Is it more parasitic or is it more cannibalistic at that point?
I mean, it's more cannibalistic at that point in time, but, you know, cannibalism is also very common.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, if we're talking parasitic, male anglerfish basically will seek. They're much smaller than the females. They will seek out the females, and then they'll just bite her and latch on and become a like external testes that just hang on to her for the rest of their lives. So she does all the work, and he just provides her with sperm.
I was gonna say, at that point, he literally just becomes an organ.
Yeah.
It's like a really weird, technically parasitic, but also like... I don't know, most creatures don't become another creature's organs. Externally.
I mean, it's not technically parasitic if you're going by all technicalities, because parasitism is defined as having a positive-negative relationship, where one individual gains all the benefits and the other one is harmed as a result. And this is so it's more mutualistic, but yeah.
I was gonna say, there's also I don't know if it's more or less just a thought-proposed idea or if it is a actual scientific, like, has been studied, but I know that the idea that something starts parasitic and then sometimes will end up becoming mutualistic because they need their host alive, depending on the types. Obviously, the ones that are like, no, I use your internal organs and then I get shat out for the next person. They don't care too much what happens to the host.
Yeah.
But,
well, it's believed
it's very much the idea.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say that it's very much the idea of like a Venom and Eddie Brock if they were like actual creatures. Like, there are going to be some where it's like, no, I can give you benefits and I need you alive. I can't do some of these things on my own. But I don't know if that's just a proposed ideology or if that's like an actual...
Right. Well, I mean, it is believed that at some point in time that, the mitochondria in our cells?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, that they were actually a different, microorganism that we just kind of went, okay, cool, you're part of us now.
I mean, that's why they also think, I mean, that and, what is it, like 8% of our genetic material is made up of ancient viruses or something like that? And they're like, there's a genuine possibility that viruses are... The sharing of genetic code that viruses do is incredibly similar to the reproductive cycle of at least mammals, if not the majority of things that reproduce sexually.
Interesting.
And there's a possibility, obviously it is theoretical, that the actual process of sharing that genetic information between sperm and egg specifically comes from, I think it's virus ancestors, but it's very, I mean, it's, you know, incredibly ancient biology. The best you're gonna get is theoretical.
Yeah.
Like, you literally can't get more than that.
Yeah. You want to know how to start an argument between two microbiologists?
I mean, yes.
Ask them if a virus is alive or not.
Oh, yeah, I definitely heard the person I watch, sometimes, Roanoke Gaming, I think. He is a microbiologist, and he very much, he's like, I'm not going to go into the debate because genuinely it is a debate. There is plus and minuses on both sides on whether or not a virus can be considered life.
Yeah.
And literally most of his essays are like, I'm just putting this out here because I'm here to discuss if the biology of the gremlins would actually work in any way, shape, or form. Well, not the gremlins, that's a terrible example, because that has to do with biology less instead of microbiology. Like zombie viruses sort of thing. Because I am, in fact, a zombie nerd. But in case the undead shape-shifting ditto wasn't obvious enough back to that. Right? Genuinely, I enjoy the actual, like, meta. I don't know if you want to go down the entire tangent that I could go down, the hyperfixation that is the meta commentary of zombies and zombie media and how it relates to different panics of the time. Horror in general does this, where you can look at what is considered horror or popular horror at the time, and you can kind of figure where the actual fears of the
day are. Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously the really old horror movies with like the giant creatures, or Godzilla even. Holy fuck, I could go down an entire tangent of Godzilla and why it works great in both a horror and an action context, because it has both of those movie, you know, like both of those types of movies.
Right.
But then I'm very torn between, do I want to go back to just the broad generalized topic so then I can go back into zombies, or do I want to go down the rabbit trail of Godzilla? Especially Godzilla's historical context. Dude, I love Godzilla because Godzilla is absolutely a chronically ill queen. Like, fully, Godzilla was made to move and to look like somebody suffering from radiation poisoning. Horrific scaly skin from all of the mutilation that happens to the actual skin of a person, but then also the jerky movements of a nervous system that is frying.
Gee, I know how that feels.
Right? Oh, dude, valid and same. Godzilla itself was made after one of the major testings in 52, right outside of Japan, where essentially that was once people in Japan were like, America, you've essentially just nuked us again. Here's the horror that we're facing on a daily basis from our islands and our oceans because of you, which is probably why it was then sent to America. So and impacted America. It definitely impacted Americans so much because they understood that this was a commentary. But then Godzilla was just this giant creature that was in pain and was angry and scared and was constantly being exploded and shot at, which, valid. I too would rampage and I have been in that much pain. I know what it's like to get that angry and then that sad and scared. It's not pleasant. And so it was made in about a span of 6 to 8 months. The people in the Godzilla suits, these massive Godzilla suits that they were able to then do to scale, but then they also did stuff that wasn't. And I think it was actually like a 9-month span, then it was released and it hit Japan really hard because Jesus Christ, that's literally just us, except, you know, with a physical actual threat. And not just the horrid looming dread of both coming to terms with their own horrific colonialistic ways that they were starting to realize had happened a la Germany, except we can go into the fact that Japan far more covered it up than Germany accepted its fate. Which is what you do when you find out, you know, or when you have to accept consequences. You accept the fact that you had consequences and you go, yeah, no, it was evil, awful shit and we won't do it again, versus trying to cover up your crimes. But I digress. Amongst the populace of Japan, but then you also had to deal with radiation. Then you had to deal with the looming threat that was the fact that they no longer had any form of military at all and were being colonized by the people who dropped the sun on them. I'm sure that was not pleasant in any way, shape, or form and did not add to the existential dread. Anyway, Godzilla was born from this kind of cesspit. Not cesspit, but this actual, like, real-life thing, and then it became...
I mean, it sounds like a cesspit.
It was, but it also it's a cesspit in and of the fact that the people there were also living in said cesspit that was being made worse by a cesspit. But it was also a great expression of art, and you can feel that when you watch the original Godzillas, or when you learn about the history added onto it. Godzilla's -1. It really went back to the roots of, the actual roots of this is what Godzilla was born out of. And then Godzilla grew and changed as all forms of franchises do. But,
yeah. Is it bad that, the only thing I can say about Godzilla is that I have not seen a good Godzilla movie?
No, that's not bad at all. It's a 70-year franchise with over, 40 movies. You're gonna get really awful, campy movies.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the really super Americanized one that came out,
the 99-2000 version, or the one in 2014?
Which was the one that made Godzilla look like a T-Rex?
That would be I think it's 99. And no, that's not a problem. Very much, from what I can tell, I think I've seen a reactor group who kind of went through a lot of the older Godzilla movies. They had somebody there who grew up on Godzilla and was like, I have the entire set, and an extensive background, and was able to go through, and this is where I've got a lot of my information, about the actual origins of Godzilla and given real-life context clues to a lot of these things. The 99 one was fine when you take out the idea that it's supposed to be Godzilla, actually.
Yeah,
they were trying
like if you pretend it's not Godzilla, it's okay.
Yeah, it's like, no, this is a kaiju movie. This is fine. It had budget problems, I think, is part of it, and also some really sexist weirdos. because it was the 99s. Well, I mean, it was, you know, the 90s. But, like, from what I can tell is it was essentially just an American action movie trying to, essentially ride the high that was Godzilla.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was not just America. There were some really rough 70s and 80s Godzilla movies. Pretty much, essentially, if you grew up on them, you loved them because they were campy. Like, that's, like, Godzilla became camp, and it was probably because you were moving a lot farther away from the actual, you know, source of it, and most of America's tension was with Russia. So it definitely, like, we didn't care about Godzilla because Japan had essentially been subdued, and they were desperately doing everything they can to make everybody forget the horrors and atrocities that they committed. So then it just became, hey, this is a thing that we grew up on and we loved, and we're going to make a funny movie about it. But they forgot the heart and soul, essentially, sort of idea. Right. But there's also a lot of, very much that was also just Japan at the time. 80s, you think Power Rangers and things like that. Like, they very much all fed into each other, and I don't think there was any, like, real life context around a whole lot of things, but, like, then Godzilla's always been very much a tool for anybody who actually knows what they're doing. The 2016, it's a really gory, very scary, it's a very visceral Godzilla movie from 2016. It's a very hit or miss amongst populace because they were using Godzilla to essentially shame isn't exactly the word I'm looking for. Critique, I guess, is probably closer. The actual government systems, because they had the 2011 or 2014 major earthquake in Japan. And there was a lot of people killed because the governments worked incredibly slowly. So a lot of the movie was political discussions amongst mostly a bunch of greedy bastards who were like, we can't shut down because of this, this, or this, money, etc. They were also probably in universe attempting to still recover from that earthquake. I couldn't tell you, I don't remember, and I've only watched people react in Japanese as far as I'm aware, so there's very much a language barrier. But Godzilla, now I gotta look up the name so I get it properly, but this particular Godzilla is just constantly in pain. It is the most, it's genuinely evolving so fast, and the only reason it's still even able to move at the sizes it gets to is because its entire energy system is nuclear. It literally became a living nuclear reactor, but it was constantly bleeding and shedding and evolving, and it grew gills, and it went from a, like, little, you know, little sea salamander over the course of, 20 some odd years, and it was just constantly keeping up the pace. And it was constantly in pain. No matter what they did, it was also evolving like at a rapid pace. Now I gotta, 2016. It was genuinely one of my favorites because it's like, no, I feel this, and they did a great job of Shin Godzilla. That's what it was. Oh yeah,
I heard that one was good.
Yeah, it genuinely is one of those ones where it's, if you're going in to expect just a constantly rampaging Godzilla, you'll get that, but it is far more meetings than anything else. But yeah, when you get Shin Godzilla, it is so like the actual, it was directed by the guy who did Evangelion. Evangelion. Why is that name so hard to say? Anyway, the Evas, which, if you know anything about the Evas, and I don't know a whole lot about the Evas, but I know that it's essentially a lot of fleshy, awful, evil, almost biblically accurate angel-like kaiju messes. essentially all over the place. Huge skeletons, you know, child soldiers, because obviously everybody's just trying to survive. You gonna leave the kids out to dry? No, sadly they get roped into being child soldiers. It sucks. It's a fact of war. It's never clean. Or even just survival. Like, I don't know if Evangelion even is really war as much as it is we are just trying to survive a bunch of creatures. Whoa.
Hmm? Whoa, what?
Sorry, the cat just made a noise and is clearly going after something.
You gotta pay attention to her. You can't leave her alone, apparently.
Apparently. No, she's chasing something. I'm not sure what. She's an elderly cat, so who knows. But, she also sometimes does this after she poops. Oh, it gets the zoomies. She might have just pooped.
Zoomies, got it.
Yes. It's just very funny sometimes to suddenly be taken back by Anyway, Shin Godzilla was literally supposed to eventually become an evolutionary puddle of goo where it's essentially a biblically accurate angel. And it has a bajillion, like, tiny, by tiny I mean 8 foot tall, Godzilla humanoids. They cut that part, sort of. They made it very clear that Godzilla was just consistently evolving beyond its mass, and they were trying to figure out... Anyway, they eventually cool it off enough that they're able to release all the radiation into the air. Tokyo was, in fact, going to be completely, you know, uninhabitable for the next who knows how long. But it was that or, you know, a constant rampage. And possible, like, behind the scenes and stuff, they were like, oh no, if the people didn't stop them there, it was like conquer the world zombie style. Like, if you were just gonna get overrun with a bunch of 8-foot tall Godzillas. But, I guess it was a great way of being like, hey, when you let issues fester because of your own arrogance, it becomes a problem. Right. If these people had just, you know, if these, like, and the main character you follow is somebody who's he becomes the accidental hero, essentially, and it's like, I'm just being a decent person. This should not make me a good political leader. Like, anyway, he ends up working with somebody who's like, she spent a lot of time in America, essentially dual citizenship, and she was also what'd you do?
See, I was about to collect a Lugia feather, and it despawned.
Oh no! That's a bummer.
Yes.
Anyway, it's a very fun thing, but then like 2014 Godzilla I enjoyed because I was... Oh, well, let's see. How old was I when 2014 Godzilla came out? 18. 17? 17. I can do math. Was I really 17? Jesus Christ. I felt like I was so much younger. I blame the fact that I didn't feel like I started being an adult until I was like 21 and finally accepted myself and my sexuality. But, anyway, but, you know, 2014 Godzilla was just a fun popcorn flick for the most part. There's a lot of interesting things that have spun off from it. I personally very much enjoy, I think it's just the first Godzilla versus Kong. Mostly because one of the main human characters is this little deaf girl. And when it's focused on her and Kong, who is her, like, you know, the human companion to Kong, using signing and stuff. Anyway, whenever it's focused on her, the world becomes, like, it's not full silent. You have essentially the vibrato of anything physical happening, but you have the dampening of, like, the actual it through the ear canals, so it almost feels more like being, you know, when you're deaf through your ear canals, you will still feel the world happening. It is like, that's why bone conduction works so well, is the vibration through your genuine, through your eardrum has to do with a lot more like fine smaller sounds and stuff like that. But like big bassy anything, you'll still feel it. Vibrations are fascinating. But anyway, so the world would go quiet in a way that it was like, no, this is what it feels like to be deaf. I personally, my dad has major hearing loss. The world changed when he finally got hearing aids. For us, he was so less loud. If you work on jet engines, kids, I'm sorry to say that even with proper protection, you're still gonna lose a majority of your hearing. But I have the auditory processing disorder.
Right.
I don't know if you can get officially diagnosed or not, but
I mean, there are several that do have official diagnoses.
yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like I definitely know I have it because you know it takes a while for things to process, and then all of a sudden it catches up. And yeah, I have no directional processing, so I actually genuinely cannot do any form of like directional audio in headphones and stuff because then I'm not hearing it half the time.
Oh yeah. Oh hey Milia, how you doing? It's just like, what's going on, guys? I think we've confused Milia. Hi Milia.
Went from Godzilla to hearing problems because ADHD.
Yes.
Very much. But I'm also absolutely a lover of kaiju. Just like, the thing that I think the MonsterVerse does really well with Godzilla is the fact that Godzilla is like the white blood cells. All of the kaiju that come up in the MonsterVerse are very much there to attack major processing plants that are causing insane amounts of damage.
Wait, what's
to the Earth.
Sorry, I'm being called out for being rude. What did I do that was rude?
Apparently,
I did something.
Not letting. Apparently, just not letting Mills lurk.
You know, Mills unlurked themselves, giving me a shout out. Yes, I'm going to give the DM of my wonderful campaign that we stream a shout out. This is, you don't have a choice in this, Milia.
She's like, no, I just want to be one in the crowd.
Nope, no choice.
That's
sorry,
great.
Mills. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. That's the whole point. I'm not sorry.
Oh. God.
Thank you for the hydrate.
But yeah, no, that was like the one fun real, because I need to like, while medicated, go through and actually like rewatch King of the Monsters, which is the second of the American Godzilla, recent group, the MonsterVerse one.
Yeah.
Because I attempted to watch it unmedicated, and it was the most boring bullshit I have. Like, I was like, there is so little Godzilla in this movie. There's so little anything in this movie. There was actually some insanely great representation in a weird way. Not like, it's more or less just anybody who is like in the military or scientific areas of the humans. There was just a lot of POC and I think a couple of queer characters. I don't know how openly queer, but there was definitely quite a few POCs. But it was kind of like you've wasted the good characters behind the really boring, obvious evil white lady who's going to quote unquote get a redemption while being slaughtered by a magnitude, like a creature, in order to protect her kid that she neglected consistently. What? Anyway, it was rough. It was really rough. I don't know how much of that was my unmedicated ADHD-ness or what, because other people have been like, oh yeah, it was fine, it was fun. And I'm like, no, there was like none. You got to see each of the monsters for like 2 seconds. What? Like it wasn't even like Godzilla -1 did a much better job at combining both the fun, kaiju-esqueness and the human horror element, and then the aftermath of said human horror element.
Right.
In a way that was so much better. Mostly because Godzilla at that point went from I love Godzilla. Godzilla is a perfect tool to use in a plethora. Godzilla is like zombies. I will say it again. Perfect to use in a plethora of ways, especially creatively. Godzilla became an actual, real representation of survivor's guilt and PTSD because the main character is a kamikaze pilot who survived the war because he refused to kill himself.
Yeah. So Milia says, I have a lot of thoughts on the message of the newer movies, but I'm also not going to put that entirely on Western movie studios and directors.
I mean, fair enough. It really depends on the... Shin Godzilla, fantastic. I need to actually go through and like find it to fully watch it on my own because mostly it's been a bunch of reactions, which is my way of getting to sit down and just enjoy other people's company while watching things I want to watch. But genuinely, Shin Godzilla itself, the most perfect representation of something constantly in pain, and as somebody with a nervous system that, if I am not on pain medication, I will turn into a puddle of just pain and agony. I felt very seen by Shin Godzilla. I love the real-life context of it being a critique on the Japanese government and how they handled I think it was the 2014 earthquake. You absolutely do. It's I don't have my Deku scrubs. It's Echo.
Yeah, it's Echo Mills. You 100% know.
I'm not expecting you to know me from my voice. I know. I don't have I have a different Fugi too, so that's totally fair. No, 'tis the actual physical everything that is Shin Godzilla, fantastic. I could understand some of the more I'm here to watch a kaiju movie having some issues with some of the slower moments, but those slower moments were absolutely incredibly vital to the critiquing of the Japanese government. If you're American, the critiquing won't make sense, especially because you're probably well, as I say, you're probably listening in Japanese, but honestly, it really kind of just depends on the person. I mean, at that point, it comes down to, well, I actually don't know if they ever dubbed Shin Godzilla. I would assume so, but I have a feeling that if you attempt to dub something that is so integrally a critique on a different person's government, it's not gonna be able to translate easily.
Right.
It can be done, but it won't. It definitely won't be the same because context clues. Like, America did not, in fact, experience a horrific earthquake that cracked a major nuclear plant, and the government did. We have our own governmental issues that would not have translated properly. But it's a good movie. It's very much one of those ones that there's a group, I think it's Blind Wave reactions, where they brought on somebody, essentially just one of the other people that usually goes behind the scenes but will sometimes come on to react with them, and he is a Godzilla nerd, and it was where I learned almost all the context. But he's like, I got the big old thing. I've done all of the research. This is my special interest.
You not leave the house?
And yes, Mills, it absolutely Shin Godzilla definitely felt like a spiritual successor. Absolutely. -1, same. Oh my god, same. The MonsterVerse, yes, is almost certainly them attempting to forgive themselves. It is interesting in a world building way because they literally have all of the kaiju, the monsterverse, that whatever they specifically named them, as the, like, they made it so that is literally the Earth's like white blood cell system, and so they're going through and taking out like, so it's like an interesting take. It almost certainly is them attempting to forgive themselves, but also it is kaiju fodder. It is, I want to go as a kaiju fan. I'm not opposed. Is it Godzilla in the same way? No, absolutely not. Godzilla. Godzilla's so much fun. Godzilla's like a tool. I don't know if you were here, Mills, when I said Godzilla was like zombies, and they were like a tool for storytellers. Godzilla is at his best when he is both a combination of a natural disaster or, well, no, not a natural disaster. I like the natural disaster ones, but Godzilla is definitely at his best when he is a representation of horrific atrocities, you know, especially the bombings specifically that literally gave birth to Godzilla in every form that Godzilla has ever existed. But also then a allegory to the, or genuinely like minus zero, it's, or minus one, minus zero? The sequel is one or the other, so I'm getting confused on my minuses. But Godzilla there is very exactly, Mills, exactly. The 6 and 7, you know, movies, and then it being lost the plot. Absolutely, King of Monsters. God, my ADHD could not handle King of Monsters. Very lost the plot. But yeah, the 60s to 80s Japanese. Well, and I think part of it is just growing away from the particular things that made Godzilla so important in the first place. Like, very much, they slowly had less, I mean, I'm sure they still have radiation issues, but it was less extreme, and we stopped testing because we had the Cold War on our hands, and Japan didn't have to worry about the Cold War. I mean, they did, but not in the same way as America. So then, mostly, I don't know enough about Japanese culture in the 60s through the 80s to be able to tell you if it was trying to just, you know, sweep the atrocities that was the Japanese empire under the rug for World War II, and how much of it was them coming into their own as the metropolis that they ended up becoming. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, it's very interesting to use Godzilla as a historical context. Give me 2 seconds. My parents were letting me know that they were going on that thing.
Okay.
But anyway, it's, God, storytelling tools are so intriguing, especially when you actually use context. This is why I'm a history nerd.
You're a nerd?
But,
what? I had no idea. It wasn't obvious at all. Like, I've got
no, nothing. Not the last rampage. Not the last info dump about Godzilla, and then the previous one that almost was the zombies. It's very much there in the back of my brain, and I'm like, I want to, but I also love my Godzilla. Like, I don't want to leave my Godzilla. One of the versions of Godzilla, fun random fact, actually
you
was.
don't have to apologize, Milia.
Oh
sorry.
God, I'm so sorry about the hands achy. I absolutely get that. That sucks. I'd invite you to join in VC, but it's not my VC or my stream, so I will not do that.
I mean, I'd invite Milia to join into the VC as well, except Milia's not in this server.
I was gonna say, it's our server VC. It don't work that way.
Yeah, no, it don't work that way. Like, I'm not even in my streaming server. We're just like, yeah, sure, come on, you can join, and we have
I appreciate greatly.
Yeah.
I'm always good for a good info dump, or just an explore through the beautifulness that is Pokopia.
I've also lost several Pokemon because I accidentally destroyed their home.
Oh no! Does that mean they're just wandering around and you've just lost track of where they're at? Or did you accidentally kill Pokemon in the dystopian Pokemon game?
Well, I didn't kill them. I wasn't that bad. You can do that. It is possible, but I...
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, you can take them to Drifloom's Island and leave them there.
Oh my god, that would be murder. I mean, that is what that happens to those children.
Yeah, because then if the island disappears,
they're gone.
Yeah, that it's just bye-bye.
Are you able to essentially resummon them? Or are they just gone?
I think they eventually come back, but you have to like wait for them to come back. So
yeah, that's fair.
And hope that they like respawn, but like there's no way it's the same one.
Yeah, no, at that point, then any of the socializing you've done, they're like, fuck you. No, I'm random NPC number 6. Oh. Fuck you.
Okay. They have changed this slightly so that if you look for... So this guy was not spawned in. They've changed it so that if you look for Pokemon that are homeless, they will spawn into the last area that they were in, which is this house. So I just have to search for these guys and they will spawn in. But like, I made them homeless. I feel bad.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I accidentally destroyed your habitat. I mean, finding them in new habitats. I mean, I was task in this game, but
yeah, I was trying to get Cinderace, or I was trying to allow that Pokemon that's in there, the Clefable, to get out because apparently Clefable's just straight up stuck in there.
Oh. Oh, poor Clefable.
Yeah, I feel a little bad.
My boy! My child!
Yeah.
I haven't even played Sword and Shield. Oh, I don't think. Wait. Yeah, that's Sword and Shield. Oh. I did at one point many moons ago. But I like rabbits and I like fire, so...
Yeah, Cinderace is a pretty cool Pokemon.
Yeah. It's actually it's a pretty decent. Actually, genuinely, Sword and Shield had great starters. It was just the game being a little janky.
A little?
It was probably a lot more janky than I remember, but it was 2020 and I played for like maybe 2 months max. So
the party food's ready. Cinderace
during the darkest points in my life. So like memories of Sword and Shield aren't that great.
Okay, Spells, I don't know if the chat is the best place to tell you, but I've been developing joint issues that I've been trying to get diagnosed for like 2 months now. Oh, that sucks.
Well, I can tell you that at least you're in the chat with somebody who's a disability advocate and another person who is diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So we at least very much understand your pain.
Yeah. No, we get you.
And hell yeah, you know that you can always contact at least me for sure. I'm assuming you too, Spells, but I'm not gonna speak for you. You know, through DMs and stuff. I'm more than happy to give advice anytime. Find a good set of gloves. Good set of arthritis gloves I think I might be able to text you a box of, or like a company that I use to get my gloves through. They're fantastic. But especially if you're getting joint pains in your fingers first, they will be the ones that last there the longest. They suck. Lots of heating pads or ice packs. And ibuprofens and any other form of over-the-counter painkiller will, up until you get medicated with something that doesn't work with them, will be your best friend. Fuck yeah, harass doctors. I am so grateful, genuinely, especially like, so, anybody who don't know, my mom has something called Sjogren's. She's been struggling with chronic illness, fatigue, pain since she was 12 in the 80s. Like, she missed most of her high school, and she was incredibly intelligent, so she was able, but she was sick at home for most of her high school with the amount of pain she was in. I remember when she finally got diagnosed because her dentist said, hey, the wear and tear on your teeth looks a lot like the wear and tear of somebody with Sjogren's. Anybody who don't know, the autoimmune system can in fact attack your saliva glands, anything that makes moisture, your eyeballs, and will destroy saliva as if all of that is a virus. So my mom, I grew up with her being in constant aches and pains. I don't remember my dad doing this, but I do remember when my pain started, my dad saying, I'm like apologizing to my mom that he didn't believe her. So clearly it did happen. He had diabetes as a kid, or when I was a kid, not when he was a kid, when I was a kid. So he also had his own things, the joys of everything. So I grew up with two disabled parents. I have been incredibly grateful and incredibly lucky to have only had one doctor be kind of iffy. And it was mostly because this lady was overextending herself in every way possible, and my doctor's appointments became more like, oh good, you're not actively dying. And she went on to go do something with less hours so she could be with her kids. And I chose my doctor because my birth name, my doctor's birth name was spelled the same exact way as mine, and I managed to pick an insanely wonderful doctor. I love her dearly, and she oh, Diesel, try not knock me down, bud. Jesus Christ.
Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. I can fly. Okay.
Give me 2 seconds, sorry.
Nah, you're good.
So, thank you. But, so while my mom's real great, if I feel really she can help me figure out questions to ask or things like that. She does it for my dad all the time. I've been incredibly blessed to have doctors who actively are like, okay, so it can't be this, this, or this. We'll try this, and then we'll see this. And my doctor currently is fantastic. But I remember my mom coming home from a rheumatoid arthritis appointment crying in anger because he literally looked at her and told her that it was all in her head.
Yep.
She was diagnosed with Sjogren's at that point. She was, so he was like, it's all in your head. And she was so pissed and angry at him, rightfully so. And then he told her, hey, I've had patients get great results from not eating gluten. So she stopped eating gluten to spite him. Cleared up a lot of her aches and pains almost instantly. She was like, are you fucking kidding me? Well, I mean, she did. My mother would never swear. But, like, that was the vibes was, I did this to spite him, to prove him wrong, and he ended up being right. I hate this. But she feels so much better that she has to relearn how to not overextend herself.
Yeah.
Which is a whole fun thing.
Yeah, but you do need to learn to advocate for yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
And like, if the diagnosis doesn't feel right,
keep fighting it.
Yeah, keep fighting it, and you can go get a second, third, or 100th.
Actually, absolutely do that. You get multiple opinions because doctors should absolutely be talking to each other about different health things. They do it with other branches. They absolutely should be able to be like, oh, I happen to notice this time around, because everybody's going to see a patient differently. Like, or a patient's going to act differently or remember something differently on a different day. Like, as much as the healthcare system is full of a bunch of awful people, it's also really hard to be able to articulate most of the issues that people have. You know what I mean?
Sorry, we're talking about something so serious, but like, I've just thrown a party in the game.
Fuck yeah, no. Parties are the best time to be both serious and to relieve tension and, like, rejuvenate the soul. Even if it's just in Pokemon.
Yeah, so the last Pokemon that I needed to, like, get to live with me was this guy. And you had to throw a party a second time to get him. But yeah, no, doctors can sometimes be just absolutely terrible.
Yeah, no, it's genuinely why I know how wonderful it is that I picked somebody because I didn't know who else to pick that happens to have the same exact spelling of my birth name, which has a very large variety of spellings. So it was mostly just panic. I'll pick this one. That's cool. And she ended up being amazing. And I'm like, no, thank fuck. I have a good doctor who cares, because I've seen through my parents, through you, how dismissive people can be. And I'm like, well, I mean, that is shitty and sucky, but also it's because, you know, healthcare in and of itself is a monetary thing nowadays, or a status of power, you know, the past couple hundred years.
Yeah.
Not like an actual wanting to be helpful sort of thing. So then, you know, it also genuinely, it's very difficult to articulate things like, hey, my entire body feels like my skin's gonna slough off, or like right now my elbow feels the wind flying through my joints and bones that I'm outside with.
Yeah, or if you tell them like too much, they'll be like, oh, you can't have all of that, and it's like, well, actually I do, so thanks for that.
Right? Like, exactly. So, thank you, doctor. Have you heard of the term comorbidity? Oh, I think is the term.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm like, wait, as soon as I said it, morbidity, it was like,
Well, comorbidities are more diagnoses that exist in tangent with one another.
Yeah, like ADHD and autism have a lot of things that would end up being comorbidities. Yeah. And then they also themselves, I mean, makes sense. Your brain is an electrical sponge.
Oh, I think we lost you. Hello? Oh no!
Your brain functions in a way that works best for a environment like the workforce.
Yeah.
You know, it's like genuinely, when you actually look at it, it's like, well, no, evolutionarily, like autism was there to be able to help do a lot of studies of the world around you, and it helped keep you and your people safe. ADHD, you could, like, that's why in Percy Jackson, ADHD was the battle sense. It literally, I've had the sensation of the world slowing down and time, like, it freaked me out the first couple times it happened, and then watching or reading Percy Jackson, it should have been the first clue that I went, yo, same!
Yeah.
Still pause on that for a little bit, and that was probably the
stop me if you've
autism.
heard this one. Have you tried losing weight? We're concerned about your mental health. Yeah.
Absolutely. Consistently. Again, it is genuinely because my mom has an autoimmune disease, and my grandma, by the way, fun fact, I think I might be cursed, because my mom's the eldest, I'm the eldest. My grandma, so my mom's the eldest. She has fibromyalgia and is absolutely incredibly autistic. But, you know, from 70 years ago, so add in all of that. Then my grandma's mom has Graves. She's alive and kicking. Just an absolute badass at like 90 something. She was really controlling because her mom went into the insane asylum for a little bit and then just had deteriorating mental health that essentially she stopped acknowledging her mom's existence because of you don't tell people when you have a family member who went to the mental health ward. But there's a decent chance that she absolutely had some form of fibromyalgia thing. As far as we're aware, she isn't the oldest, but also like, 100 some odd years ago, it also could just be that she's the eldest of that particular pair of parentages that may or may not have been first. I mostly say that as a joke, but I'm also well aware of the fact that it might not be. But genetically, we're incredibly dispossessed to have chronic illnesses of a whole variety of sorts. And so, because I grew up with a mom who had to struggle with those things, and I remember when she figured it out and was so relieved. At 36, I think she was 36, when she was finally diagnosed. Like, I'm incredibly grateful that I have that background experience to build on, whereas a lot of other people don't.
Yeah.
Genuinely, you always need at least one person in a family unit or clan that has some form of disability, whether physical or like chronic illness or mental illness of some sort, to keep you humble and keep you from being a jackass. Even the kindest of people, if they don't know what or how to interact with somebody with any form of disability, they're either going to be too afraid to make mistakes and therefore avoid you entirely, or they're just going to make those mistakes anyway, and then they're going to learn. But that's great. That's important. But especially with the fun random fact, the massive, populace explosion means that even if something still hundreds, if thousands, if not millions of people. You know what I mean? Like, that's still an insane amount of people.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, one thing that a lot of people don't kind of realize is that being disabled is the only minority community that anyone can join at any time, and most people in their lives will if they live long enough. So if you're lucky, you get to join the club. So Nils, we have jackets. I don't know how or where to get you any. I would need to, in fact, design some jackets. Well, we will have jackets. We haven't made them yet. We will have them soon.
Right? Exactly. No, my grandfather is 80. This is, by the way, my mom's dad. Fantastic, bloodline. Well, I say fantastic bloodline, except he's conquered 3 cancers solely by having them removed.
Dang.
Yeah, the man is in fact in his 80s. Or late 70s, I'm not for sure. Yes, no, that's follow through with the Eller Danlos stuff.
Yeah.
That's unpleasant things. But, what was I saying?
Right.
Was I saying something about?
I don't know, although I will have to point out that it's 4:26, so I am gonna have to be, getting off stream soon.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, because I normally, only go to 5.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, if you want to hop off, I'm one of them. You can kick me off, and I expect to be kicked off, because once I get started, it's incredibly difficult to stop.
I know. I'm not kicking you off just yet. I'm more giving a time warning, if we shall say.
Appreciate the heads up. Absolutely. Sorry, the dogs are all...
I have not complained about the
They're having
dogs. The
fun.
fact that this entire stream has had a dog, Diva, serenading us in the background, like we're at
I'm
a
so
special doggy concert.
Oh, I'm so glad. It's fine when you're far enough away, but the second he gets too close, I've fully had my erratic 1 or 2 brain cells bounce around in there, fully be flown straight out my cranium. And I've had to regather them by going to somewhere quiet. Can I? No! Ah! So our back door sometimes will randomly lock itself, but only on the outside side. So I can go through the inside and open it back up, no problem. But I did just, in fact, get locked out of my house. We have keypads that will allow me to get in and out real easy. Oh, yeah. But it is there is nothing quite.
Horribly insecure person, given that my family and doctors don't believe me, the validation of yeah. Like, Milia, it took me 15 years to get my diagnosis of dysautonomia, so, like, I completely understand the whole, I feel like I'm crazy and the doctors aren't, you know, helping. But, you know your body better than anyone else. You know it's not working right. And
I'm an incredibly insecure person with an anxiety disorder. Yeah. So I feel you there. I may have support in certain, well, I mean, it makes you feel better. I grew up in cult-esque Christianity, and my parents are still they're not actively homophobic, and they don't give me looks when I'm wearing my pride shirt. But doesn't mean so I understand your pain.
Yeah. Just remember, doctors are incredibly overworked and also, unfortunately, sexist. So, you know.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, stress is the modern day hysteria diagnosis.
I'm also going to be super real because it really also depends on where in the country you are. West Coast, a lot of us have, well, okay, I'm not going to super dox myself or anything. I'm Pacific Northwest. Like, we are, like, I constantly have access to gluten-free and dairy-free foods. And while I happen to live in the middle of the hellhole that feels like the most conservative part of West Virginia done ever done lived in,
like how you
like,
phrased
genuinely.
Said I like how you phrased that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It is very much like we have a lot of access that, you know, to certain things. I lived here, and then I went and joined FEMA Corps a bajillion and a half years ago. It was 2017. The first term of the asshole. And
of the Cheeto.
I went back. Our headquarters was in Maryland. And they had practically nothing. We stayed a little bit, like an hour outside of Washington, D.C., in Virginia, and there was I had to, like, reach on top shelves to find gluten-free bread. It was rough. Puerto Rico was way better because Hispanic food's amazing. But, like, actual access, like, depending on where you're at, you got the West Coast, which is quote-unquote newer because most of the white Americans came through in the mid-1800s because of the rush and, you know, the March of Progress bullshit. Oh, fun random fact, Oregon made it illegal to be black, so that way we could not join either side of the Civil War. It was partially Oregon's fault. The other part was the Civil War was actually specifically divided between states, and neither side could have more or less states join the sides. It was not fight for slavery, it was I mean, it was, but it was not subversively racist in a lot of ways. So
Yeah.
Oregon had to be just like Oregon became a state in the middle of the Civil War, and they were like, okay, well, we're perfectly evenly split right now, and Oregon was like, well, fuck it, I'm like 4 days away from you. We're just gonna make it illegal to be black. Problem solved. Which is awful.
That's
Like, it's not the right way to handle that, but that's part of why this particular section of Oregon is so totally dox myself, whatever.
No, don't dox. No, don't dox yourself.
I'm not
I do not want to be.
dox myself. Just when you're used to like nothing being thrown out, then saying, "Oh, I live in Oregon," feels like it's a very large state. But
Yeah.
it feels panicky. Anyway, so I'm gonna sidetrack. But it is compared to the East Coast, where the East Coast is, you know what, I realize I'm having a hard time hearing because my headphones died and I need to put you on speakerphone. Well, duh, I'm a dumbass.
You're not a dumbass. You're a distracted ass.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, here we go. This is the one. Well, this should be easier to do, but whatever. But being on the East Coast, it's a lot of really old, rich white dudes who've had their money since 1700s. Like, it's you know, then you get the Midwest. The Midwest is this weird spot where it's Midwest. It's like, I mean, it's the Bible Belt. That should tell you a lot. Genuinely.
Yeah.
There's some good areas, but also, like, the Midwest is honestly most middle class. Not that they have it, but like just when you think of like the old money of like New York or you know, the slave traders in like Georgia and North Carolina, etc. Or even like Florida having, you know, conquistadors. Mia, holy shit, I love you. Child, I'm talking on the phone. You will be fine. Anywho, then you have the Midwest, where most of the people in the Midwest, if they made money, it was through farming. Like, my family's been in the Midwest for several hundred years, kind of idea. And they weren't ever rich, but they did well for themselves.
Right.
It did mean that they were a little isolationist. Not on purpose, just in general. Got lots of acres to farm. You don't usually let a whole lot of people get on those acres. So it's like this whole thing, and then, I mean, the West being settled because of the gold rush, and then Hollywood should tell you just a lot in general. The fact that, you know, the Japanese people who lived there, or even the Mexican empire that stretched all up into there in like the 1700s, being lost to time and only left with Chinatown and the fact that California is considered a very Hispanic state. Tells you a lot about what America finds important, at least when I think of it as a white person who grew up with parents from the Midwest. While still in Florida, like I spent my elementary school in Florida. I don't know, been a lot of places. Love history. It's full of a lot of people who think of way too highly of themselves. But then if you get doctors involved, then the West Coast doctors are more likely to be influenced by, you know, Japan's closer to the West Coast than we are to a lot of other places.
Godzilla to Zombies to World 2 Consequences to Disability to Cults to Regional Financial Racism History. This is the definition of an ADHD combo. This whole stream has been an ADHD combo.
Yes! I can't believe I did not believe the first person who told me I had ADHD, because I was so deeply like rooted in the idea that I had autism. By the way, I almost certainly have both. It was the anxiety that holds a lot of the ADHD stuff when I was a child. So then when my brain did a hard reset after FEMACore and all my fibro stuff started happening, the ADHD was like, finally room to breathe. And I didn't believe the first person who told me that. And then it became very quickly apparent afterwards. I was like, oh.
Oh,
no,
yeah, no, I... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, there was no other thought to that. It was just like, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I still remember I was with a new friend, and they took me to a restaurant with all their friends, and all their friends are diagnosed with like ADHD and autism, or the combo of the two, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, we're talking about ADHD and autism, and I'm like, you know, I think I might have it. I think like I might have both. And my friend looks at me, like literally the whole table looks at me and goes, "You do."
Like, wait, you're not diagnosed yet?
No, I'm not diagnosed.
I know you're not. That was from the perspective of the people on at the table.
Yeah,
This
no.
is where it was coming from.
Oh, the other funny thing was when I when I came out to my friends as genderqueer. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. What they told me.
I was gonna say it's probably something along the lines of, yeah. That doesn't surprise.
They looked at me and they said, "Wait, you weren't out already?"
I love that when that happens. Good God.
I was like, I didn't even know it existed until 2 weeks ago. What do you mean I wasn't out?
Oh my goodness. Genuinely, I love that. That's always encouraging too, because then at least I feel like that, probably because like only one or maybe, well, no, I had very average, I outed myself experiences. If it was family, it was bad. It was very bad. I did it every single time in a car. I should never have done it while in a car. Don't get yourself trapped in a vehicle, people. When you attempt to come out to them, especially if you know they're conservative. Learn that one the hard way.
Yeah, I can see why that'd be a bad idea.
Yeah, no, my brother was a little like, well, you know it's a sin, but he wasn't like super awful about it. And at that point, I'd already had at least 2 like full outings with people who weren't great about it, so it was far more pleasant. And then I got to go watch Zombieland 2. By the way, it's a weird sequel. I'll just put it that way.
It's a weird segue.
Sorry.
No.
When you go to watch a movie after I think it was after I outed myself and not before, but I can't remember. We watched it. It was, I feel like I did it after because I felt relieved that it didn't actually change anything with my brother. Vibes wise. But the sequel itself, while it was like okay enough, God, it's not a great sequel. It's not even like super fun kills wise, which was kind of a thing with Zombieland, was the uniqueness of the zombie kills. It was weird. It was weird. Actually, you know, the biggest part was genuinely just the fact that they tried to like they said there was a 10-year gap, and then they like made it seem as if the zombie apocalypse had been happening maybe a year, maybe 2. It was weird. It was very bizarrely structured. One of the new characters, literally, they found in a freezer, and it was like, I've just been kind of hiding in this mall for 10 fucking years, acting as if she barely understood that anything was happening outside of zombies in the mall freezer. It was really poorly written. Anyway, yeah, it was rough.
I'm not sure if I have questions or if I'm okay with not knowing.
Genuinely, think of it more or less just like they didn't. I don't know. It felt a little cash grabby. Not on the actors' parts. They did the best with what they could, but also like they did. Yeah, they acted like they left the safe haven. Or like, essentially they had been together for 10 years. One of the characters was going to propose to another one. And that caused all of her commitment issues from when the world was working to a spike. And so her and her sister left. And then she came back, but her sister didn't because her sister joined a hippie. It was really weird. And it, like, essentially made fun of people who would attempt to not murder their friends and families for being zombies. Anyway, a whole bunch of people got killed because of stupid, but that's like normal for zombie flicks. That's kind of like a whole thing. But it was, anyway, I mean, if you don't know anything about the first Zombieland movie, a particular actor gets shot because he was acting like a zombie. As a joke. Okay. And of course they panicked, so they shot him. And it was like, I mean, that's on you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a zombie apocalypse is not the time to pretend like you might be a zombie.
No, especially not, like, honestly, it had been working for this particular actor. He was literally able to go exist his life because he looked, smelled, and acted like a zombie. So the rest of the zombies did not think of him as healthy human blood or whatever, the virus spread in and of that way.
That sounds less zombie and more vampire.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was not blood. Something to do with infecting fresh hosts idea or something. I couldn't actually tell you. I just know that the virus in Zombieland was mad cow disease, but for humans. So...
Except we have that. It's called Crutchfield's Jacobson's.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, it was like 2008 when the first movie came out, so at least the less you know, the better, I guess. Also,
hi, Angel.
At that point, running zombies were, like you had the angry disease, and I circled back around to zombies. Holy fuck! Oh, I did it! Holy shit! I went all around Godzilla and got to go through Godzilla and still made it to zombies. Fuck yes. Anywho, so Zombieland's mostly like actually fun random fact, the Zombieland movie itself was actually supposed to be a short TV series, like maybe 12 episodes, and the idea was essentially that they'd have a fun almost game show segment with Kill of the Week, which was something that did get kept into the movie and is part of like the pacing stuff, but like they essentially didn't get the money to make it a TV show, and it turned into a movie. The first one's genuinely pretty good. Yes, there's really stupid things that the characters do because, I mean, they're a bunch of stupid people who's managed to just survive. Except for the one dude who may or may not have... Woody Harrelson plays a guy with a vague, ambiguous sexuality, and I like that. Anyway,
the way you said that,
like the whole first movie though, good fun, and well, I'm trying to like think about it. I'm like, okay, how much of this was really watching this a lot with baby queer brain trying to find all of the places, like finally being comfortable finding all of the places where gay things could exist, and how much of it was me projecting, and how much of this was like, I mean, he just had a son. He said that he lost his dog, and then he later find out that the dog that he loved so much was in fact his son. But anyway, he felt a little more like he felt like the really angry gay that survived the 80s and was in Texas kind of idea, like the one that fought to survive as a single dad and then still lost his kid. But again, mostly probably projections. Hard to tell. Kind of kept up with the vibe a little bit in the sequel, but again, just watched it as I was really dealing with my own sexuality. So, like, I don't know. Everybody else was like that really, really straight vibes in ways that you're like, wow, why is there romance in this zombie movie? I guess it's a comedy. But this is, I mean, it was Emma Stone? One of the Emmas. And she, one of the curly-haired comedians who's in a lot of stuff, who always gets the person that's way out of their league, which I don't believe in leagues, but it, you know, a little Mary Sue. I don't remember his name. Anywho.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like lost
it was very
beyond...
Buddy.
I'm so lost in my... I'm just sitting here in my uncultured
That's
corner,
fine.
destroying
Mostly...
volcanic ash.
It is the zombie culture. I mean, I guess technically it could be considered uncultured if you're literally talking about the fact that you're destroying ash, but no, you're totally fine. It's mostly just a yeah, Zombieland, that played a bigger impact in my life than I thought it did, especially in my early queer years.
Okay. Hey, Kyrie.
Anyway, love Woody Harrelson. Fantastic actor, I think. Anyway, but it was definitely one of those, it's for the fun. The one dude you didn't think was going to have any substance had 10 times more substance than all the other characters, and that stayed through the sequel. But the sequel was still shit. Sorry, Woody Harrelson, that's all I can do for you, man. But anyway, he was Haymitz in Hunger Games, in case you were unaware of the name. And with him, he's played a couple of other characters.
I mean, I remember Hunger Games. Hi,
but I can't think of any off the top of my head.
No, you have to stay out of the garbage can.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kyrie's over here giving me a look like you're supposed to be getting off now. My dog is in charge of my schedule, apparently.
Well, if you need to hop off, feel free to hop off.
Yeah, I do need to hop off.
You know, your dog is literally kind of supposed to do that. Like, that is her job.
Yes, well, she's decided that I also need to wake up at like 7 a.m. So this is incorrect.
Oh, rude.
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
rude. No. Understandable that she may have a bladder. But still.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
No, I get that.
Here's the thing. Other people are awake in the house at that time. There are 2 other people awake in the house that she could go request.
She's like, well, everybody else is awake. You have to be awake.
Yeah, apparently.
Everybody has to be awake at the same time, right?
Yeah, apparently. So even though if she had to go to the bathroom, she can and has asked them to let her out. She's decided that I still need to wake up at like 7 a.m., which is particularly painful considering that I don't do well in the mornings. So no.
Oh, I was gonna say that the mornings really kind of hurt your head, don't they?
Yeah, they're really bad because I discovered that I have both hyper and hypotension. I have both.
Oh, don't you just love that?
I know, right?
I'm assuming that it mostly just swings wildly.
Oh yeah, no, it swings wildly. Like it was literally Yeah, no, the other day I stood up and that's all I did is I stood up and my body went into crazy mode and my blood pressure jumped to 140/90 and then I laid down and my blood pressure dropped to 90/50. And that was inside of like 5 minutes. And I'm like, great, this is wonderful.
Ooh. Just...
Yeah. So just...
Yikes. Oh, very nasty.
It is very nasty.
Oh.
But on the bright side, I have unearthed a good chunk of that,
The joys of the body.
well, no, I was gonna say I've unearthed a good chunk of that museum. So, joys. Joy there. Because that is another one of those big projects that I've been wanting to do. I have been neglecting this area like crazy. It's the most neglected area in the whole game. For me. It's bad. Like, there's this place, which
This is pretty.
I mean, the area looks pretty, but
No,
it's
that's
also
fair.
a
Sometimes it's
complete
just-
mess. I have to completely redo this area. It's gonna be a giant project. But I will at least return to Travis.
I mean, again, it still looks pretty. So that's at least something.
do that though. That's the game developers. They're the ones who made this thing look pretty.
Hey, yeah, if you ever,
But yes, thank you for stopping by though.
Yeah, I mean, you're
super
not wrong.
appreciate ya.
it doesn't mean you can't still enjoy the view until you eventually get around to it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I am gonna get around
yeah.
to making
If
the
you
other.
ever want to only feel up to streaming you excavating a mountain.
Yes. Yes, I appreciate it. I think there's also a giant lag that suddenly just
Oh yeah,
decided
if
to
you
occur.
if you ever want another quote unquote guess,
Discord's lagging so bad.
I was kind of wondering because I too was all of a sudden like you were cutting it out, and then there was all of a sudden silence, and then it was like huh, and then
Yeah, no.
it might be we might be getting rain. Sometimes the rain really fucks with signal for whatever reason. It's very strange.
All right. Well, I will let you go then, and I will go
that
ahead
might be
and
lag.
do. Yeah, there's lag. There's real lag. So I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna head over to just chatting, and I'm gonna end the stream and do the raid. So I will see everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Over there. Bye, and everyone say bye, Echo. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Bye.
All right, so we're over here. And thanks everyone too for stopping by. I know this is not the day that I normally stream, but I have been so sick that I was just like, I'm doing good today. I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna do it. So, I just wanted to, you know, do that while I still could. And stream. So I don't know if there will be a stream tomorrow. There may be, there may not be. I'm just gonna say screw this schedule, and I'm gonna stream when I can. When I get a chance and I'm having a good day, I will stream, because my health has just been all over the place. But since we're here, we are going to do we're gonna do stream winner and we're gonna do raid. Actually, you know what? No. So you know who deserves to be the stream winner today? Echo is today's stream winner, because Echo came in and has been like hanging out with me the whole stream. Echo is not a streamer at all, is just a friend who is just like, yeah, sure, I'll come by, I'll stream, I'll join you. And you know, I do that, so I appreciate Echo. Echo is today's stream winner. And well, I would raid, except I can't get Twitch to load. Like, just Twitch straight up is not loading for me anymore. So I can't say who we're gonna raid because I don't have access to Twitch right now. And in fact, I may not be streaming at all right now because it seems like my network is not working at the moment. So I guess I will say thank you everyone for stopping by. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all are hearing this outro. Because I don't have access to anything at anything. I think my network's gone dead. I think I'm the problem. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. This is Spells, signing out.